Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl and beat the 49ers in the NFC Championship, and this is just crazy. I mean, I'm shocked because I thought this was going to be such a good game, and the game that we got in return was just awful. I mean, great performance by this Eagles defense, great game by them in general. I will give the 49ers an out on this one. In the second half, they were basically playing without a quarterback. Josh Johnson, Brock Purdy was the original starter. He got hurt. Then Josh Johnson comes in. He wasn't bad. He wasn't horrible, but then he gets hurt with a concussion. So Brock Purdy comes back in, but not as really, not as a quarterback. He was, just, handing the ball off to McCaffrey, and McCaffrey was more of like the emergency quarterback and just was going nowhere for the 49ers. So, yeah. All right, so Eagles, 49ers, final score 31-7. Let's go over the scoring summary. The Eagles would score first with the Miles Sanders 60-yard touchdown run to make it 7-0. Jake Elliott extra point is good, 7-0 Eagles. All right, the next score is by the 49ers in the second quarter with 8 minutes to go, and this score is when Josh Johnson is in a Christian McCaffrey 23-yard touchdown run and tied up at 7. Now, four scores belong to the Philadelphia Eagles. Miles Sanders with a 13-yard touchdown run to make it 7-14. And then a Boston Scott 10-yard touchdown run to make it 21-7. Then a Jalen Hurts 1-yard touchdown run to make it 7-28, and then a Jake Elliott 31-yard field goal to make it 7-31. So another week of another dominant Eagles running and defense week. I mean, last week against the Giants, they were dominant with the run game and with the defense, and they did the same thing against the 49ers this week. And if they can do that, well, I will say against the Bengals or Chiefs or whoever they play in the Super Bowl, whether it's the Bengals or the Chiefs, they're going to have to be better on the pass. I mean, 15 for 25, they're going to have to get more completions in the Super Bowl, whoever they're playing, because whoever they're playing is definitely going to be more fast-paced. And I love the Eagles' defense, but they're not going to be able to hold whoever they're playing to 7 points. They've gotten lucky in these last 2 weeks with great defensive performances, but I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if next week the Eagles could potentially allow 14 points, which is what they've allowed in the last 2 games in the first half. That's how good the two teams that the Chiefs and the Bengals are at offense. So the Eagles will have to play a fast pace, and whoever's going to play them in the Super Bowl. But I think they're up for the challenge. So Jalen Hurts, he did say to one of the reporters at Fox that he wasn't 100%, but now he has 2 weeks to get 100%, and I think he's gonna get 100% healthy before this Super Bowl, and hopefully we'll see the MVP type Jalen Hurts that we saw before he got hurt. He had the shoulder injury. All right, let's go over game leaders. The two quarterbacks, I don't even think, if you combine the quarterbacks, I don't even think we go outside. I don't think we even go over 200 yards. Jalen had 124, and Josh Johnson had 74. That is 195. If you add Brock Purdy, I think it's a little bit over 200. It's like 215. So 3 quarterbacks passed in today, threw for like 215, 220 yards. So this was not a big passing game today. So, all right. And then rushing leaders, you have McCaffrey leading the 49ers with 15 carries and 84 yards and 1 touchdown. And then Kenneth Gainwell having 14 carries and 48 yards. Receiving yards, Debo with 3 receptions, 33 yards, and Devontae Smith with 2 receptions and 36 yards. And Devontae had a nice catch in their first touchdown drive as well. A.J. Brown had 4 receptions, 28 yards. His longest was 11. George Kittle had 3 receptions, 32 yards. When Brock Purdy was out there, he was 4 for 4, 23 yards, but did get hurt. And then Kenneth Gainwell had 2 receptions, 26 yards. Dallas Goedert had 5 receptions and 23 yards. Fumbles. You had 3 lost fumbles by the 49ers. Horrible day with fumbles for the 49ers today. And then Eagles recovered all of them. Josh Johnson, Deebo Samuel, and Brock Purdy all fumbled. The fumbles were recovered by Hassan Reddick, Reed Blankenship, and Linevale Joseph for the fumbles. All right, tackles. Leading tackles for the 49ers is Dree Greenlaw with 9 tackles. The 49ers had only one sack, and that sack was by Arik Armstead. And then the Eagles had 3 sacks. Those were two by Hassan Reddick, so he had an amazing game. A fumble recovery, 2 sacks, and then 1 by Javon Hargrave. Their leading tackles, tied. The Eagles' leading tackles was Reed Blankenship, who also had a fumble recovery. No interceptions in this game, and that was really it. So, yeah, the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl, and, I mean, the Eagles were the best team in the NFC this year. The 49ers played great down the stretch. And all to say, I don't think either teams had, that hard of opponents this season. What I'm saying, the 49ers did have some hard opponents this season. But after Brock Purdy was in, I thought they had some easy games. They played the Seahawks a couple times, played the Bucs, and Tom Brady just was not playing the best football. Brock Purdy had some easy matchups, and do I think if Brock Purdy doesn't get hurt, what's the outcome? It wouldn't be this bad of a beat. I think that it would have been a closer game, but I think that the Eagles would have had their way. I think the Eagles would have still won by double digits. I had the Eagles winning by 11, so I think they still would have won big, but the 49ers would have definitely scored more than 7 points if Brock Purdy doesn't get hurt. I think that's the 49ers and their fans are going to use that as the biggest what if ever. But I think the Eagles, you got to feel strong going into the Super Bowl, and I think that they're going to be one of the favorites going in. It just depends on who's their matchup. I want the Bengals to win, but I got to say, if the Chiefs win, it's going to be really fun to see Travis Kelce versus Jason Kelce, because Jason Kelce's on the Eagles. Obviously, Travis is on the Chiefs. A couple years ago, I think maybe was it when the Eagles, the Chiefs had Alex Smith, and this was 2018 when the Eagles did win the Super Bowl in 2018, and I don't know. I just thought that the Chiefs could make a run and the Chiefs could potentially match up against the Eagles. And I always wanted that to happen, so Jason Kelce would play Travis Kelce in the Super Bowl. But now I like Joe Burrow, so I don't know if I like the guys down in Cincinnati. So it would be nice to see the brothers face off in the Super Bowl. I think that would be cool. It'd be really fun. But we'll see. I'm excited for the AFC Championship game. It should be kicking off just right now, and I'm going to go watch it. And that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts, and peace out.